your motivation when it's getting hard. Train smart, eat smart, rest smart. Keep your mind sharp, main part. No more excuses, fresh start. Deep breath out, don't you dare to lose your heart now.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Reverse Your Mindset. It's a special edition. To come back to Scotland and record my podcast in Scotland, but unfortunately we stay a bit longer in Latvia. The flight's supposed to be on Monday, but in the borders they didn't let me go through the airport. I went through the airport, but I didn't manage to fly because some lady decided like my settlement status is not enough as a screenshot to just show that I want to come back to my country because I have an issue with passport. So as I don't know how many people knows, but we still can travel being in the UK as we left European Union. The European Union citizens still can travel on an ID card. My passport is waiting in Poland for me to pick it up. I couldn't make it happen to go to Poland and pick it up. So I had some problems to get to the airport, Talking today about the mindset and a bit of the Latvia, because I want to talk about the mindset of people here and what I seen and everything. I want to give you some information about Latvia, because I know it's like a country that not many people knows about. And when you ask people, where is this, where is located, it's located on the top of on the Europe, next to the Baltic Sea. The country is very peaceful, very quiet. People are very quiet, I would say. I was always thinking, because my husband is Latvian, as you know from my previous podcasts, and I was always thinking like, why he is like this, why he is like so quiet and silence. I always call him Mr. Silence, and I didn't know that this is actually the matter of personality in like the country that he's coming from. As I think like me as a Polish person, I'm very I'm very loud, I'm very expressive person, I would say, and I'm just honest. I think like this is very Polish thing, to be just open and say things how they are, sometimes through the argument, or sometimes through the just harsh situations. So I found a place to record the podcast, as I thought it's not gonna happen, but I got the space in a car of my husband friend, and I'm really thankful that they took us for this few days as we visit them on Sunday, and we're just hook up in the flat. They have 2 kids, and girls are so lovely, and they're such a lovely people. As they said, like this one lady who didn't let me go to the airplane was just this 1% of the people, like they don't care. As I contact the home office about the whole situation, and they told me like it's not possible what happened to me. I say like, this is what happened to me. All documents are linked, but they were not bothered to check it. They're just like want online. I didn't have access to the internet because I didn't know like I need to have full online. It's never written. And I think if Ryanair could update some situations and let people know what is actually needed, which actually makes me so angry, because I don't understand why you need to link all your documents, all your passports and everything, and then you still need extra paperwork to show where you belong. Is very annoying, and I become very frustrated with this, which actually finished in an extra 3 days of the holidays, changing the plans, rebooking the tickets, which is really annoying because I could spend this on something other, but oh well, happens. So I've got extra few days to enjoy the Latvia, enjoy the company of really, really good friends of my husband's that I'm really grateful for them, and it's just like no way to say thank you, and how much some people mean to other people, not even trying to mean a lot to them. I'm a person that usually deal with the stuff on her own. I'm very independent person, and for me, situations like this, they're really, really putting me down. So I'm here still in Latvia. Yesterday we went to Riga to see the city because that was our plan, to see Riga. Anyway, Riga is a capital of Latvia. It's absolutely beautiful. I made a vlog, so it's gonna go on YouTube as fast as will just be put, together. We're coming back to Scotland on Thursday, so hope so in a weekend you can see Latvia, my face, and my family, my husband and Sashka, enjoying the houses that are beautiful, the beautiful colors, beautiful shapes, all the statues, the statue of Homeland and Liberty, which actually we catch it, the army there. We don't actually know why army was there and what they were doing, but I've got this on the video, how they're like formatting the walks, that they're posing next to the statue. I think that was like a cool experience. I've never seen army that close, and they're all people like quiet there, standing, watching, coming back to this quietness of the country and of the people. Even in a bus stop, because we use the public transport, that is I think it's like the best like I've ever been in a public transport. You can go through whole the city, just buying the 24 hours ticket, and that the structure of public transport is really amazing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cough because I'm suffering from the allergies. It's like such a long story to this all Latvia trip and the stress of not flying back to Scotland for basically no reason, as I said, because everything was linked, and if someone wants to make the effort and just take it what I have there, but oh well, it happens, right? It's no point to just think about this and get angry and frustrated. But the public transport is like really cool. People are even quiet in the bus. Okay, I just always compare this to another places. I do not use much of the public transport in Scotland, but when I used to, it was all loud. People are talking, shouting, laughing. But in Latvia, everything is quiet. You're basically getting in a bus and it's silence. Like you feel like you need to whisper everything what you want to say, because like you interrupt people. I'm not saying that that's how it is, but you want to keep it quiet in the kind of the respect. We spent great time, absolutely smashing time with Granny, and that was her 75th birthday. and whole family was there. Was so many people, but they're all so nice, so warm. And I suffer from allergies for ages. I've been always person who get the allergy to the most random things. I don't know, I've been born like this. And we try to understand, maybe it's the blood type, because my blood type is AB minus, so it's like the rarest blood type like you can get. And what I have the allergy to lactose, and this is not even like intolerance. I cannot take a milk, sour cream, double cream, nothing. Okay, this is like is a death sentence to me. And as much this all is causing, problems in my life, because I need to check up for everything, what I can eat, and usually I do not eat much because I have a problems with digesting this, and it's not something like you will enjoy, because for me food always, for whole my life, food was just hurting me. So coming to Latvia is very, very natural ingredients, and everything is like, even milk tastes like a milk. I can say by the Scotland, like everything is just made so much on the water, and I think it's more like a fake stuff. But here I got opportunity to eat the cheese, which was cow cheese, of course, with the cow milk, made of the cow milk. And I think it was cumin, yes. And it was the best thing that I ever have in my life. It was so tasty, it was so good. And then a few hours later, I got the massive spots on my body. I was like, well, I'm so itchy, like what's happening? I didn't click knowing like I cannot take a milk and any kind of products made of milk. I had this cheese twice. I don't know why. I just never thought about this. Mostly because you want to try new things and people recommend the stuff. My husband's family was like, oh, you need to try this and this and that one. I was like, okay, I need to try this and this and that one. But I've never thought how much big impact it can be on my health. So it started with just the spots. So I went downstairs. My sisters-in-law, they said like, oh, I think like you need to take a pills because it looks like an allergy reaction. And after this, my throat starts to shut, right? That was the most difficult thing in whole my life, because I've never had that bad allergy reaction. Last time, it was 10 years ago, when I had the problems due to the eggs, because unfortunately I'm allergic to eggs as well, and it's a egg yolk and white egg, the white from eggs as well. So I cannot take anything basically with this. So no pasta for me, no many things. And after this I need to check so many ingredients in the bag and everything what I was eating. And then everything, even the bread, I was like, okay, I'm safe with the bread. And then I realized, reading the descriptions, like milk is there as well. So I suffered another day, and basically it's like it's like Wednesday today, so it's like 8 days. I still have pills that I'm taking every day to actually remove. I mean, it's not even removing, because you cannot remove it. It takes so much time to remove the stuff that is not good for my body, to just clean up. So I'm just taking histamine to just help my body to keep working. But I was so close to just shut down. The throat is like getting a bit better, at least it's open, but I still can feel like it's not happy. My lips are still swollen, so I was hoping coming back to Scotland that I will go for a extra treatment with steroids or something to let me back on the track with my health. But oh, hey ho, I will do this when I will come back, and hope so. This what I'm taking now, it will just keep me out of death. Keep me out of death, to be honest, because I've been so close. As I said, people, if you not feeling well, if you having, for example, problems with your belly, if you're having problem with digestive system, I don't know, you have a gases, you have diarrhea, any spots on your body, anything, even in your head, I used to have really bad spots in the head, and I was going to the GP and asking them, what the heck is this, am I scratching it, why is so red? And then my own detective skills, searching through the internet, searching through the books, searching to the symptoms, to connecting this, as I was, I do suffer from anxiety, so most of the things, even when I was going to the doctor, they were always blaming on my anxiety, on my mental health. And as much as I was thinking my mental health, can affect me mentally with my mental health can mentally, as much I was thinking that this all is because of the stress, we sometimes do stress, and that's how life goes, and we cannot understand how many times stress is affecting us. And I was telling about this in my previous podcast. Then I didn't actually realize how bad allergy reactions I had. So my plan for heading back to Scotland is to just take all the allergy tests and finally know what is wrong with me, because I've been suffering, and as I said, I nearly died because the throat starts to shut, and I was thinking oh, maybe I'm I slept wrong, or it's too hot, or I just get wind in my throat, in my neck. But then I was sitting, I'm oh, it's weird, because it's not sore inside, it's not sore muscle, or I cannot move it. I feel like it's shutting down. And I said to my husband, I was this is not okay. But thank you God, we managed to just get the pills, and the pills let me go through it. So by this podcast, I really would like to make some awareness, not only of mental health issues, as I usually do, but actually what you're eating, people. Just make sure that the body that you have get the proper nutrition, and you're not doing anything against. And I was 45%, I think, from world population is intolerant to lactose. But what I have a problem, I'm allergy to the proteins in the milk and some kind of meat as well. So for example, I cannot eat beef, and I cannot eat anything what is making milk. So for example, goat stuff, it's not going to be good for me as well, because it's everything from animals fats, animals proteins, and that's what is happening. As we know, lactose is a sugar which I'm not digesting, to be honest. It's not digesting in my body. So hey ho, I'm keep cleaning my body, drinking a lot of water, taking the pills and hoping for the best. But as much as I'm a digger, I'm a digger for a knowledge, I found a super duper book that I would like to recommend, and I think this is the best start to find what is wrong with your body. If you suffer from headaches, I do have a headaches. If you have the forever running nose and blocked sinus, if you have any changes in the skin, because the allergy types, one are what you breathe in, so every kind of new trees, sometimes in the spring, some people are even allergic to growing grass, to the dust, and it depends what actually allergy you've got. But if you feel mostly stuff in the breathing, then it's something that is causing from the air. But if you've got the food, the nutrition, kind of nutrition allergy, and that's totally different stuff, because as I know, it's like at least 3 weeks to remove whole dairy from your body. So I still got some time to be clean and to be back to my health. What is the worst? I think the worst is this, that many food I just cannot eat. Forget about the cookies, forget about the pancakes. Everything needs to be without milk, without butter, without eggs. And I'm slowly starting to think like there's something wrong with the wheat as well, because I don't feel okay even after eating the bread, which my husband's auntie, she made me like bread without anything, basically. That's only one thing that I'm trying to push on myself to eat. And it's like, I think it's like, it's good that I realize that for sure it's not even elimination diet as they always recommend in UK to see what is wrong. It's not that easy to eliminate stuff, because food contains a lot of eggs. For example, eggs are in any ready cookies, chocolates, everywhere, even in a pasta. So eggs. So the eggs, with the eggs is the same. With the eggs, I've got a funny story. When I was 15 and we have some kind of injections in Poland, and the lady gave me the injection, and she managed to put the needle in my nerve, and directly to my nerve she put the allergen that was the egg, because it was like the hen egg in it. Like, I don't know, but I cannot even take the flu jab, okay? That's how bad is this. And I'm not sure that I didn't hurt myself a bit with taking the COVID jab. Like, I've never thought about this, what is inside, and I'm not sure that it didn't affect me in a longer stage of my life. I don't know, when I'll come back to Scotland I will figure it out. But even through this all hard time, I found out that the people that do care about me, not only because, I'm a part of the family of my husband, but just in general, and in Latvia, I found many people that are just nice. When you find the people that they're just pure heart and they will do anything to help you, to sort your situation, that's how Latvians are. And I'm really I think I'm really grateful for it. And if not them, I'm not sure like I will actually survive this few days. And we'll never know what will actually happen if my throat will shut. I do not have an EpiPen because, as I said, I've never had such a bad reaction. It got me stupid, but I think I will call myself stupid because I knew that I'm not tolerating it, I'm allergic to it, but I still went for it and try to kill myself basically, and who another to blame. So as a survival of this all beautiful trip, enjoying Riga, enjoying time with friends and family, in the meantime gaining the knowledge about my own allergy and trying to understand what actually happened to me, I found a really, really good book, and it's been written by Damien Downing, and it's about vitamins to heal allergy. It's about all vitamins, but it's not only because he's a doctor, and he's trying to be he is very ecological person. He doesn't like to push on his patients a lot of steroids or ingredients that may hurt people. He's usually pushing the vitamins and a holistic way to sort out your allergy problems. We know the good idea of sorting out your allergy is slowly giving yourself a little bit of allergen to, keep yourself safe by making yourself stronger for more doses. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't work as fast. I try to lick the yogurt. I just cannot. My lips swollen again, and it's very difficult to smile. my top lip is still massive. I can feel it even when I'm talking. But this is okay. I survived the worst, and I would not like to other people to go through it. That's why I decided to make this podcast on the go and explain to the people that they need to take care of not only physical body, not only mental health, but please make sure what you're eating. Make sure that the ingredients that you're putting in your body, they're the right ingredients for you. Because what works for me, it might not work for someone other. My daughter's got the eczema and she's got a problem with milk as well. But as I cannot take any milk, she still can get some, I don't know, even like just the cereals with the milk. She can drink soya. I cannot even drink soya because through this all anaphylactic shock that happened to me and my body nearly shut down, I feel like everything what I put in my mouth, and it might be a bit psychological, but I cannot make my body to feel in this way just psychologically, it's not possible. This is like my own reaction of my brain, as we many times don't even know how much it affects our brain. If the allergens affects our body and our brain, the neurosystem, this is bad, okay? You need to make sure like everything what is going in your brain makes you feel how to describe it, but by myself, I've got like super sharp. I feel like my brain is just super sharp. I have empty head. I cannot think about this. I cannot concentrate. But I will, for example, see better, feel better. I will start to shake. For example, my muscle will start to shake, and the joints will be sore. And this is like the most, I think, important sign to just think what you eat. what I'm doing right now, and the heart palpitation. Few months ago, I think it was like 2 months ago, I went to my doctor because I thought like I feel very anxious. I feel like panicking. I feel like I'm gonna die. And I thought it's everything due to my anxiety, emotional stage, stress and feeling just not myself. And I went to GP and he gave me the lactose pills. He gave me the pills for anxiety that are based on lactose. So I had a fever for 3 weeks. That was the first sign for myself, like something is not going right. I cannot feel like this. I was super tired, but I thought maybe, my lifestyle that I'm living in the night, not in a day, so many changes, stress due to making company, being creative. I thought it's just like I'm tired. I've been awfully tired. I couldn't even focus on the things like important to me, like writing my book. I start another book and I couldn't basically put my head together. And many of my podcasts, when I was listening, I was like, what is this about? Like I just lost the plot. But then I came back because I do have a big concentration in myself, in my head. But this would happen here in Latvia with this all crazy moments and nearly passing away. Just let me think about myself, ingredients, nutritions, and everything what I'm putting in my body. Because, we all want to live a long, beautiful life. But if we're not going to take care of our bodies, we're not going to have a power. And many of, as I read in this book of Damien Downing, he said there like clearly, like many of ingredients that are not right for us and we allergic to or intolerant to them, or we breathe in, they're causing a lot of issues in our body. So in the neural system, causing the cancer, causing many digestive problems in our bellies. And I would like to ask you to think about this, to give a little think that is everything fine, or this what you suffer is the mental health issues, or is just the wrong nutritions. Drinking a lot of water, good water, not the tap water, because we know sometimes the water seems okay. I know in Scotland we've got really good water, which is you can drink the water from the tap, and it's okay. It's not gonna do anything to you because it's just very clean water. In many other places in the world, even putting the filter on the tap, like underneath, is not preventing you from the problems that you can have just from drinking the wrong water. Many of iron that is heavy for our body is just in the water. So choosing the bottled water that is with some minerals, sodium, magnesium is really important for our body, and then you will see that actually you feel better. It's not only everything about the food and giving yourself a lot of food, because empty calories, as we know, as I know, and the chocolates, cookies, crisps, it's just empty calories, and it's not giving us much more nutrients, vitamins or minerals for our body, which actually we need. Most of the body is working on healthy fats, not on sugar. I don't know why people say. And this guy, that's why I like this book, because he said there exactly what I'm thinking. And in many places, even when I was in a college studying, they will all tell you that you need a sugar to keep running your body. But a few years ago or 1,000 years ago, was nothing like ready meals. Everyone was cooking. They were cooking stuff what they actually can cook from. So you couldn't cook cookies if you don't have all ingredients. If you don't have eggs, flour, baking powder, that's all been made. All this packaging, storaging the stuff, putting the dates on it, and I'm not sure that this is the healthy way. So me eating very natural stuff here, as homemade cheese from Granny, nearly killed me. and my own responsibility, because that was me who knows, like, I can eat it, but I didn't have idea how much natural stuff is in there. And we all get used to this rubbish food, and then we cannot enjoy the proper food. So if you people, my listeners, my dear listeners, whole America, Florida, Texas, I've got plenty of listeners all over the world, I'm asking you again to check your nutrition. Please check all the labels and see what is in there. We tend to eat everything, no checking. I understand we trust people producing it, but everyone need to put some preservatives there, and this if you will check even the package of the cookies, oh my god, how much stuff is there. I know it takes some time to bake the cookies, but if you will sit, I don't know, in the kitchen for 2 hours and bake the cookies for a whole week on your own, it will be much healthier for you than just buying them. Believe me, I'm just saying this from my own experience of person that cannot eat much. And believe me, whole my life from the little child, I was hating the food. And everywhere where I go, people try to feed me. But honestly, I'm not anorexic. I do not have a problem with food. I think food has a problem with me. I will say like this. What was also important in the book that I read, some examples of the guy, of the author, of the doctor, his own examples of his own allergies, because he cannot drink milk as well. And I remember when I was reading this book and he was telling the story there, how when he was younger and he didn't become a doctor from allergy, he was going to his own doctor, and the lady told him to just drink the double cream, the super, like, it's 47%, that apparently they taking off all the proteins and the lactose off from it, so cannot make him worse. And that's what he decided, like, I said, okay, I'm gonna give a shot, because it's important for me to know actually what is happening to my body when I'm drinking this or eating that one. So he did have some kind of food, I cannot remember what, and he just like poured a little bit of this double cream on the plates. And then he was coming back by the car, and he nearly like fall asleep, because that's how big effort his body had to just fight what he put in his body. So if you feel tired, if you feel exhausted, sleepy, or you just generally feel like your body is going against you, because that's what I have. Every time when I eat something that is not good for my body starts to fight with my body to just remove it. So I feel like, I don't know, I will say, like, honestly, closely to die. I'm not a very panicking person. I mean, of course, I'm over dramatic, as you know from my previous podcasts. Life with my kittens and the stress of the mother, of the responsibilities that I have. But if you have in yourself the moment of panicking, I do have the heart palpitations and I feel so confused. That means you have a wrong nutrition, and there's nothing wrong more with you than just the nutrition that you're taking or something that you're allergic to. It might be dust, it might be even heating. I was talking with the girl, with my husband friend Iggy, about all the allergies like her daughters got. And so Alexander, when we here in Latvia, is much different air. In Scotland, I think we have like 80% of just everything is wet, is raining. Here in Latvia, it doesn't rain that much, so the air is much drier. It's like super dry. I can feel it in my eyes, I can feel it in my throat, and it's totally different. I won't say this is allergy. I think we're just not used to this kind of air, and it seems like our body is just fighting against this, because I've been living in Scotland for 11 years. But I remember when I moved first time to Scotland from Poland, when in Poland we have dry air as well. It's very similar environment to Polish country. To Poland is very similar air and it's dry as well. But when I moved to Scotland, and was big change for me to move from the super dry air to super wet air. And I was suffering, I think first year, I think it was like a year at least, and that I was suffering from exactly the same. Like my eyes were sore and my throat was sore. I was coughing because my body couldn't adapt to the place. And it takes me like a year because I'm allergic to absolutely ridiculous stuff. So the summertime. But as much as I was really bad in the summertime in Poland, I'm totally fine in Scotland. It's like nothing affects me. My eyes are fine. I do not suffer from running nose, but I do suffer from blocked sinus and many more digestive problems. So my plan when I'll come back to Scotland, as I said, is to just check on myself, do all the tests to finally know what my body doesn't tolerate. And if I could give you some advice, just don't wait like me to get the cheese, super duper cheese, and nearly pass away. If you're curious about yourself, I highly recommend Damien's book to start with something. And that's the best book that I found, because when I was searching the Google, oh my God, the Google is giving you the answers, but they're very confused between, like Google, between the cancer and between allergy and between mental health, and everything is mixed up. But I do always recommend good books to make sure you're safe. And that's actually home my story of this few days, 8 days. I feel like it's been forever. I really want to feel better, and I really want to sort out my nutrition. Of course, the best idea, I think, if you feel like this, is just to drink water and keep cleaning yourself. Make sure that it's a good water. Yes, as I said a few minutes ago, make sure that there's right nutrition and minerals there as well. Don't drink just whatever water. I wouldn't recommend the gassy water as well. I think a still water is okay. or a little bit carbonate is okay, because you need to remember with the gassy water you give your body CO2 as well, so it's the carbon dioxide that you don't want to put that much in your body, because it will affect you as well. So if you suffer from any kind of gases in your body, start to make the diary, put everything, like what you eat for the breakfast. Make sure that you listed everything, and then you will start to see, if you will read the labels, you will know as well what mostly can affect you. If you will read the book that I recommend to you, and I'm gonna find this book on Amazon, because I found this on Polish website, and I'm reading the books, as I have no space in the house to put more books, so I'm reading them online. And I recommend this as well. It's less dust. If you're allergic to dust, move on online. But you know what is funny as well? In this book, I have read there that electricity, electrofield, I will call it electrofield. I hope so everyone will understand what I mean. That many people is allergic to Wi-Fi and all the wires. It's okay when it's in a cable, but all the Wi-Fi, it may affect our moods, our skin, and as much, we cannot stop it, because it's just the technology. And I'm sure after few years forward, they will realize how it might be bad for the people body, mind, or mental growth. But yeah, that's what he said. It's like many people starts to be just allergic to that one, because nothing other makes sense. And people getting rid of the phones. And I do recommend as well to leave your phone somewhere, not next to your head. I know we do scroll a lot, we do sit in the meantime, but try to not make your internet as a priority of your life. Try to not make bad decisions about the nutrition. People who's got the kids, because children are really important to us, and many times we don't even see how bad is this. I know I'm allergic myself, so of course I'm paying more attention to my daughter, so to my son, what kind of food they're eating and what is there. It's very, very difficult in this life to eat the clean diet. It takes time, it takes courage, because if you're not good at cooking, then you need to learn to cook, to provide the best nutrition for your kids. But everywhere they will recommend you to just start to cook from the scratch, and taking ecological ecological products, because it's much less toxin in them. I heard the story in Netherlands. Yeah, in Netherlands, from the people that are working in the farm, and the amount of toxins and better grow products that they spraying, basically seeds that they're growing, the carrots, the lettuce, cabbage, all the vegetables, they're growing in a one night. If someone wants to talk about this in my podcast, please do let me know how you feel about this, what you think. I would love to talk with people that they have similar experience. You've got all my details always in the description of my podcast. And if you want to get in touch with me, talk about your experience on my podcast, I'm always open to get to the truth, get a different opinions, because we all different. I'm just here talking from my own opinion. This is all about me, because it's my podcast, as you know. But I do really care about the people, because I do not wish anyone, absolutely anyone, even people that they don't like me, but it's not many of them, to just be through this what I have been through. The moment of this shutting my throat, it was the most scary thing in my life. And I wish people to avoid it and know much more about themselves, about their body, and how unique they are. From Latvia, I'm talking about us all from Latvia to you. And look, I need to go on another side of the earth to just actually experience the worst thing in my life. But if not this thing in my life, this all allergy and that happened to me, I might still maybe slowly kill my body. But because of this, I understood, like, I need to cut some things off. And it doesn't matter how emotionally we engage with our food. Sometimes that should be another podcast that I'm going to make. And we eating the stress and we eating just too much. I would like to tell you that it's more important to give your body good, proper nutrition, even as less. We don't have to eat that much. You still can live on the love to your kids, love to what you're doing, enjoyment of the life. Water is much more important. As I always say, water is really important. So contains the oxygen as well, and hydrogen. That this is more important than this cookie that you're gonna eat with so many substances that even shouldn't be there. Because if you make on your own, you're gonna cut off like a half of the Mendeleev that they're putting there, all the chemicals and all the stuff. I'm going to leave it here, plus the nutrition when you're pregnant. Please, women, take care of yourself and of your kids, because it's really, really important to keep our kids safe. As I'm in Latvia, I would like to play for you. Finally, I was waiting for this moment. My favorite song that I didn't know even that is a Latvian band. And my best friend, Justina, she told me like, oh, how you don't know this band? They're Latvians. My mom loved them so much. And then I realized this when I actually hooked up with my husband. So today for you, not only a little bit of Latvia, of place that I'm just sitting and recording my podcast. Don't forget about check my YouTube, because I'm gonna put their vlog from Riga on a weekend. Do not forget to check yourself about the nutritions, and remember to stay positive. Whatever is happening, mind is not the end of the world. No panicking. Just be good to yourself, be good to your body, be good to your mind, and be good to other people, because you never know when you will need help with something. And I just really want to say thank you so much for all these good people that I have met here. Special thanks to family of my husband, of his friends, because I don't know anyone here. So if it will happen to me just somewhere in a different country, I might be dead, okay? But I survived because so many good people around me that I'm so thankful. And I always want to leave this in a podcast, because I'm not only making podcasts to just make a podcast. I want to make a sign for all the people that just extraordinary, and them good hearts make me grateful. For you today, the song Maybe by Brainstorm. Thank you so much for today. That was me, still alive, Coach P. And I will talk to you in another episode. Thank you so much. Paldies!
Bye!